Papa Steve's here. Today I'm talking mine shafts. Not the abandoned mine shafts that naturally generate in your world. I'm talking an item elevator that transfers your items from the deepest of depths up to the surface where you can gather the resources for your next big build. First start with the large hole. 16 by 16 goes all the way down to negative 56. I've added a bubble column so I can get back up after a mining session. Here I have some drop chutes. The first chute takes me down to level 16. Still got a long way to go to get to the bottom, but we are well below the surface. Okay. From now on, all these drop chutes drop 8 blocks, taking you down to a new layer where you can mine more resources. I'm getting there, almost to the bottom. Now each of these levels are linked to the bubble column, so I can easily scoot back up to the top. I've added this express lane so I can quickly get to the bottom. Now, there's also a bubble column down here so I can easily get back to the top. Now, how we're going to get our items to transfer up to the top, we're going to use a tall tower of observers. These observers cause a chain reaction. When the first one gets a signal, it transfers to the second, and so on. Beside those observers is a second observer, which is outputting a signal into these droppers. Now these droppers are stacked one on top of each other, each dropping the item upwards. Now, when we send a signal into this first observer, it sends a signal all the way up, chain reaction into the next on the way to the top. When it does this, it signals the droppers to transfer the items, and it will make its way all the way up to a storage chest up here at the surface. Okay, that's fairly simple. Now what we want is multiple items. We want to be able to send a whole bunch of items up. I'm going to do this by placing a sticky piston, a temporary block. I gotta dig a bit of a hole here, get down here so I can place an observer right on that temporary block. Notice that the arrows or triangles are pointing opposite directions. So now when I power this piston, the observers will align with their arrows in opposite direction, will send a clock pulse. Now these droppers are getting a continuous pulse to transfer their items from the one hopper to the next all the way to the top. If we, again, back to the bubble column, get up to our surface, and we can see items are starting to make their way up here. Okay. Now, this is kind of noisy. It'd be nice to make something so we can turn it off when we're not using it. The system I've come up with is also quite simple. It's a sticky piston at the top, a line of honey blocks with a redstone block on the end. This extends, the redstone block goes down, powers another piston, more honey blocks, more redstone block, powers another piston. Let's get down to the bottom here and show you exactly what's going on. Here you can see the line of sticky pistons, honey blocks, redstone block, down to the next piston. Here at the bottom though, I have an observer. When the observer comes down, presses against that copper bulb, it will signal that copper bulb to either turn off or turn back on. Here I use a button and I can turn the machine off. And notice the copper bulb is turned off. So no power through the comparator, no power to the piston. Means that lower observer has been retracted and no longer sending a signal to the observer tower. Let's get back to it. Also use this bubble column to get to my various levels. Each level has its own switch. So I can come to this level, do some mining, turn on and turn off the item elevator. Okay, this is also true for every other level all the way up. Again, we can push the button, turn the system on, push that same button, turn the system off. And again, this is true for every level all the way up. Back up to the surface and take a look at our system. Okay, now we have the ability to turn it on and off. Here's the best part of using all these droppers. We can decide on which level we'd like to do some mining. Here I've selected level 0. We just run a hopper line into those droppers. Place a chest on top of this hopper line. Now I can go off and do some mining, get some resources, come back to the chest, put the items into the chest, empty out my inventory, and head back and do some more mining. Get more resources. And again, there's a button each level. You can see the hopper line goes over and straight into one of the droppers. Now here's my completed system, all dressed up. Put a shell around it, put some nice stained glass. And as I do more mining, I'll add more hopper lines at each level and have this machine bring all my items up to the surface with a complete storage system. Let's take a look at it from down here. Definitely is tall and was really expensive. But anything with the title of Ultimate, you just know is going to be expensive. The system on, it looks pretty cool with the lights flashing. And again, transfer items up to the surface so our inventory is cleared to go mine some more stuff. Back at the surface here, you can see our system flowing items up. Looks pretty cool. And into our storage. Now our storage system does need some work. We'll work on that next video. Now, let's take an inspector's view towards this. See exactly what I've built. And there's the bubble column. Yes, it goes right to the bottom, or to level -56. Each level is divided That looks like a huge skyscraper, to tell the truth. But that's my ultimate mineshaft. Allows me the ability to do a lot of mining and transfer all the items up to the surface. Allows me to stay down here and keep mining. Well, there's Papa Steve's ultimate mineshaft. Thanks for watching till the end. This is Papa Steve signing off.